Kons podcast. That like button, subscribe and share.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You know what it is? Kons podcast episode 150. 150. We got 150 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Hope all y'all been enjoying these episodes. You know what I mean? If you're new here, welcome in. You know what I'm saying? Go on and hit that subscribe button if this your first time being on the show. If it ain't, you know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. Do these daily updates. Hit you with the news. Hit you with the hip-hop news, the world news, shit that's going on, funny shit, all kind of shit. Yeah, episode 150. You know what it is as you see the names on the screen. See what they is. That's what we're going to be going over. To give you a briefing of what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about Andre 3000. Andre 3000 made a mistake on what he said. Some shit I had recently covered. Talk about Hey Ya. We're going to touch on the Drake lookalike party in Toronto. We also going to touch on TDE through a Christmas toy giveaway. Christmas toy drive in Wack, California, Nickerson Gardens. We also gonna touch on Tik Tok and the little band and all that shit they got going on. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be touching on in episode 150. So go ahead and pull up. Go ahead and get your lighters. Put your lighters to the tips of your blunts, joint, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? It's about that time. Kick off this episode 150. Yeah, so, you know what I mean? What's been going on? Been a good weekend, been a long weekend. It's Monday. You know what I'm saying? It's dark and dreary outside, raining. You know, just the weather I've been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? All that hot shit, I don't like it. I love this cold shit. You know what I'm saying? Fogginess, rain. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no sunlight, over cloudy, overcast. That's my kind of shit right now. So that's what's happening right now. That's what's going on outside. So it don't really feel like a Monday. Feel real, you know what I'm saying? In the housey type shit. Majority of my kids is in school right now, but one of my sons is out right now for the next 3 weeks. But yeah, it's episode 150. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Hope y'all did good over the weekend. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Back at it. This is a good Monday. You know what I mean? Christmas is coming up, 9 days. But yeah, though, let's get off in this first one, man. Andre 3000. So Andre 3000, as y'all remember, you know what I'm saying, back in on one of these episodes prior to this one, I had touched on how Andre said that his album, The Blue Sun, playing the flute, wasn't going to count towards his contractual albums that he had in his agreement. He recently came out and said that was a lie. You know what I'm saying? He said that was not true. He said that it is counting towards his contractual agreement. It is going to count, because last time they were saying that because it did not sound like 90% of the previous albums, it didn't sound the same. It was nothing like it. As we know, it was him playing the flute. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't sound anything like it. So they were saying it wasn't going to count towards anything in the contractual agreement as far as certain amount of albums that he's supposed to put out with his label. He also said that if there was anything or anybody to inspire him to rap, it would definitely be Kendrick or Drake. You know what I'm saying? He said he was definitely hype off looking at him. He said it would be dope just to hang around rappers to get that energy again. That's about the only way that he would probably write a rap song, but he is not really into it per se. But the Drake and Kendrick definitely, he said, inspired him. This is a video right here. I couldn't see anything about him speaking on what I'm speaking on right here about the album sales, about him saying it wasn't true. He did a written interview, wasn't a visual. But here's the clip just talking about Andre 3000 himself. Check the shit out.
I have two holes, you know, so it's like, pause.
Andre admitted that throughout his life, he struggled with social anxiety. According to his own words, the cause of it all was his huge fame.
Because it's really unnatural to have that much attention as a human, you know.
Andre said that Big Boy never pressured him to revive the group, and he perfectly understands why. It's because Andre is already a drastically different person. In the previous year, he released a new album, The Blue Sun, and the first track is called I Swear I Really Wanted to Make a Rap Album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me this time. The thing is that in an interview for GQ, Andre said that he cannot imagine himself rapping at this age. I remind you that he is currently 48 years old.
The things that happen in my life, like what do you talk, like I gotta go get a colonoscopy, like what do you...
However, he does not think about it, but he wants to understand how to present it to the community in an interesting way. He also admitted that he's not against recording one more album for Outkast.
I want another Outkast album. You know
You
what
do?
I mean? Like, yeah, like I wanted an Outkast album a long time ago.
In the meantime, we got 87 minutes of experimental jazz and instrumental flute music, where there is no bass, absolutely no vocals from Andre, just an arsenal of wind instruments, both analog and digital, which are available at the disposal of the musician. In total, there are 8 tracks, but many of them are longer than 10 minutes.
That was, you know what I mean, him just talking about Andre 3000, talking about why he chose the flute and why he do the flute and all that, just giving you a breakdown of him and who he is today. Also, speaking of Andre 3000 and Outkast said that they are not doing an album. They said they further away from doing an album right now. They just not really on it. They both got to be into it, he said. He said that it's hard for him to make a rap, you know what I'm saying, and they both just not really into it right now. So as far as them making like a reunited or a anniversary album or doing some new music together or something like that, they said they're the furthest away that they ever been from that at this point in time, you know what I'm saying? But further in Outkast news, you know what I'm saying, on to the next subject. Hey Ya has just went diamond. That is 10 million units sold. They just went diamond. That's a dope thing for them. Hey Ya, we fail to remember that. That was something that Andre was trying new to all of us. That was a new sound that he was implementing into his little resume, repertoire, whatever you want to call it. We ain't never heard him do nothing like that, but we all loved it though. You know what I'm saying? We definitely all love the you know, him dancing all wild and shit with the wild clothes in the video. You know what I mean? But it was dope though. We loved it though. You know what I'm saying? That shit went diamond. You feel me? According to the RIAA and whatnot, motherfuckers that be counting up tallying up the music sales and all that shit, going diamond and platinum and all that. Official, you know what I'm saying? Officially went diamond. I think 12 years or something like that it said. But yeah, they further away from, you know what I'm saying, doing a joint album or Outkast album or anything of that nature, as he said. Drake, in other news, in Toronto, Drake, he gave 10 bands to the winner. He didn't really sanction this or have anything to do with this. This was put on by Casual's Cakery in Toronto. It's a bakery that do cakes and shit like that, but they put on this lookalike party. And it's a lookalike party of a bunch of motherfuckers who want to look just like Drake. Now, I don't understand. I don't know why you would put together a party and have a bunch of motherfuckers come there and try to look like you. I don't really get that as a grown man in 2024, as a 41-year-old man. I don't know why you want to look like a whole nother man. That's just kind of different to me. I don't know what's up with that. But you know, Toronto, you know what I'm saying? They different. You know what I mean? I don't know. So Drake gave $10,000 to the winner of this concert. And the winner was actually a whole female. These footages that you about to see, these next clips, it's about to be funny clips, because you gonna laugh when you see all these lookalikes in one room trying to imitate Drake's movements and all that kind of shit. Go ahead and check this shit out. If I turn my beat up, that means I had to turn it up because they were playing music and I can't play the music due to copyrighted purposes. But you'll still get the visual of what I'm talking about at a motherfucking lookalike party with a bunch of Drakes in one room. Check it out.
You guys pick. This is 2 more in there. So, whatever you guys think.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Real quick, what you gotta say to the people? Love from Toronto to New York, brother.
I love Oya, greatest city ever. Love Toronto. Let's go.
You guys ready for number 1? Do you guys think we got it right? Come out. My bad, security. Yes. How you taking a shorty out, brother?
Well, I'm gonna take that show out good times. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I flew all the way from New York City with this Drake, but we ended up losing to the really funny girl. Since I started the Timothy Chalamet lookalike competition, I'm now in the hole $6,000. I love culture. Thank you, John, for going on an adventure with me. Thank you, Toronto, for having me. Thank you, Internet, for watching. And thank you, Drizzy Drake.
And there was a bunch of lookalikes that want to look just like Drake, and the winner is a whole female with drawn-on beard. She had a drawn-on beard. Man, y'all are crazy up there in Canada. This is what y'all doing. This is what y'all doing up there. Having lookalike. You got the bakeries and shit. Hosting lookalike parties. Whoever looked the most like Drake wins. Man, they said the winner wins like a fucking pack of backwoods. And what was that shit? It said something like the winner wins like a pack of backwoods or something, and something else before Drake to win that 10 bands. Shit different. Can't make this shit up. Let me see if I can go back to that shit, man. Anyway, man, I can't seem to find it. Don't seem to be popping up. But the winner the main prize was like a pack of backwoods and something else. Something ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Drake $10,000 on the main prize. The main prize was a pack of backwoods or something. I can't find it right now. But yeah, that was the main prize. As you can see, the winner was a whole female who had a drawn-on beard on her face. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. This shit seemed like something fresh out of a nice joke book or something. I don't know. Shit's weird. You know what I mean? Having a get-together party for a bunch of people that look like you, and Drake is sanctioning it by giving 10 bands to the winner. Lord have mercy. Toronto, y'all are different. Other news, TDE. Meanwhile, while they doing that in Toronto, TDE has threw his annual Christmas toy drive donation party concert in Nickerson, in the middle of Nickerson Gardens in the Watts, California. It was a whole success. In the past, they've had Rihanna, Big Sean, and people come through. This time, who all was there was, of course, Kendrick, SZA, J-Rock, Isaiah Rashad, Sir, and they had special guests there, Glorilla and Lefty Gunplay. So they do this shit. It's I think it's the 11th annual one, so it's the 11th year of them doing it. They do a whole little toy drive, do the concert. In order to get in, I believe you had to bring unwrapped toys and clothing for donation. Also, they said it was over 10,000 people attended. 10,000 people attended. And they raised up to $750,000 in toys. That was the first day was the concert and everything going on. They had SZA, that's when Kendrick performed, and J-Rock and Isaiah Rashad and this dude Sir, Glorilla and Lefty Gunplay. All of them performed and shit like that on the first day. And then day two, so yeah, if you like this content, hit that subscribe button, hit the share button, like this shit, comment on this shit. All that shit. If you fucking with Kons podcast and you fuck with the constant content, be sure to subscribe. Let's get back to the video, to the episode. I was dedicated to helping out in the community, giving out the toys or whatnot, doing the services to the community, toy giveaways, raffles, carnival attractions, a snow experience. It says they had there. Converse and True Religion also donated gifts for the youth. The Rams also had a co-ed football clinic, and it was a job fair also going on for the adults. That's something that's dope. That was day one, and day two, it was 2 days, December 12th and the 13th, the 11th annual Kendrick TDE toy drive concert that they do. 11 years, right in the middle of the projects, right in the middle of Watts and Nickerson Gardens. That's where J-Rock is from. Kendrick is also affiliated. TDE, big TDE, top dog. So it's definitely dope to do that for the people, to do that for the community. It just goes to show you that how much Kendrick is really for the culture and for the community and for the people. And Drake, meanwhile, Drake is in Toronto, and there's a lookalike party going on with a bunch of people who came to show everybody that they looked the most like Drake. And Drake gave the winner $10,000. And it was a short little female with drawn-on beard on her face to look like Drake. But meanwhile, on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying, we did a successful toy drive. Kendrick did a successful toy drive, gave back to the community. Over $750,000 in toys was raised. As you can see the pic of all these different toys lined up. They got together and gave them out to the community. Clothes, a bunch of clothes. There was backpacks I heard was there. They did a bunch of raffles, gave a bunch of prizes, concerts. They had a carnival theme set up, a Ferris wheel, and all that kind of shit, man. Real big shit going on. It's good for the community. It's good for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It shows that he's within the culture. He's one with the culture. You know what I mean? And he's just showing you that everything that he said and They Not Like Us turns out to be pretty much fucking true about Drake. You know, it's just, I don't see Drake doing shit like that. I mean, you did that shit. We seen you do that shit for the video you shot. When you shot God's Plan, you definitely gave out a total of like $1 million to a bunch of different people. And that's great. That's cool. But that was for that video. And that video was, I don't know how many years old. Is this something you do all the time? You annually do this shit? Do you got an annual toy drive you going on in Toronto? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just different. You know what I mean? Just different cultures, man. You know what I'm saying? Drake different. He from Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Also, that top 5 guy. I'll just speak on this real quick. So Wack 100
has been hit with a serious warning from Wack 100 about his connection to Toronto rapper Top5. On a recent No Jumper interview, Wack held up a USB drive, claiming it contains evidence that could put Drake in trouble. He said, "Drake needs to get away from Top5. He's bad news. That dude's reckless, and his mouth ties Drake to things that don't support his career." Top5, whose real name is Hassan Ali, recently beat a first-degree murder charge. Drake reportedly helped pay for his legal defense, but has since been tied to Top5's wild behavior. Top5 has even publicly threatened Kendrick Lamar, saying things like, "Tell him to come to Toronto, Swiss cheese," hinting at violence. Wack warned Drake, "Get away from Top5 before he gets you caught up, cuffed up, or worse." No word yet from Drake, but fans are watching closely. What do you think about this drama? Let us know in the comments.
He back out free. That's a fact.
That dude ain't nobody, bro. He's a You know he's a You know that dude couldn't survive nothing. That nigga weigh 118 pounds. That talking. Hey, Act, you know what this shit is down here, bro.
No, I'm not saying, no, we're not saying that they're going against the, we're
Nigga,
just saying
no
that.
Canadians moving. No, bro, you know what this is down here, bro. Stop acting like, hey, bro.
Wack.
We ain't had a nigga come back in a body bag yet.
Wack, I'm gonna be honest with you.
We can fit him out this on Delta flights in the cargo area numerous of times.
Wack, all right. So listen, I'm agreeing with you. Nobody will ever go against the West and be successful. Okay, at least in the U.S. You're right.
You ain't gonna come out here on the West, boy.
Hold on. The only thing I'm saying is that I think
talking about a top 5. Who the fuck? Bro, come on, bro, for real.
Top 5 used to be in LA, but
let me tell you something. I watched this ass nigga get mushed and kicked in the ass. Act. I've been gang banging since I've been 12. I've been.
He was a kid. He was like 8. He was 8. Were you an 8, Wack?
That nigga was about 15, 16.
Were you an 8?
He was 17 years old when he got mushed and kicked in his ass. Nigga, I was already in a penitentiary. Been shit. So stop telling me about these fake tough niggas and say, oh, he was only 17, 18. Was killing bodies already. Fuck talking about right now.
Okay, all right.
It's in there. But Wack 100 went on No Jumper and said he had a hard drive. He had a hard drive on his keychain and said that whatever he had on there could put away Top5 or end Drake's career, he said, based off some shit he got on Top5. Like I said before, this Top5 dude is weird. He's saying he's Drake shooter, fresh out of jail. Apparently, when he went to jail, it was mistaken identity. It was about murder or something like that he was not even involved in. He was the wrong guy, and he's out of jail now saying he was Drake shooter. I don't know what's up with this dude, but I was calling it out before. You just saying a bunch of shit on camera that you shouldn't be saying. You shouldn't be fresh out of jail talking about you Drake shooter. On the academic stream, it said it's 2 people he want dead. It was Kendrick Lamar and somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just saying this type of, you sound wild, and then you tying yourself to Drake. You know what I'm saying? Drake will either have to come out and make a statement and say he ain't tied to you at all or something. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit, the feds is looking at you, man. Especially if you fresh out of jail, they eyeing you. And you on internet talking about how much of a shooter you is. And Drake came and paid you $1.5 million and gave you a Richard Mille watch and all this type of shit. I don't understand it. I don't understand why. I don't get that shit. But So Wack 100 said he got something on his hard drive that'll end Drake's career. Was warning Drake to stay away from top 5. Don't be around dude. He a goofy and all this and that. He said that on No Jumper. If I seen the clips and shit, I put them up and you'll see them. But yeah, though, that's just what I wanted to touch on real quick. That was Wack 100. Talked about top 5, and I just thought it was funny because I said the same shit about top 5, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you real and really been from that life, you just not finna go on, you know, saying it and boasting about it on TV. Like it was a trophy or something that you know, like something that you like. Yeah, man. Like I said, Canada, y'all are different. Next one, TikTok. So TikTok, I thought TikTok was finna be for show banned on this date that's been going around, January 19th. Apparently not, though. They're just getting closer to it being banned, though. I guess they want somebody to pretty much buy it. They're looking for a buyer for it, and they're getting closer to them banning. They have a deadline, and they need somebody to buy it by January 19th, and then so on. It's going to be time after that, but it's a step closer, they said, as to banning the app as a whole, from as far as like Google banning it, Apple banning it, so that we can't really fuck with it. Here go a news report talking all about it, though they tell you in a whole lot more detail about the TikTok ban. Check this shit out.
Congressional lawmakers today told Apple and Google they must be ready to remove TikTok from their U.S. app stores on January 19th. Last week, a U.S. federal appeals court upheld a law requiring TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, to sell it in the U.S. or face a ban. The app is used by 170 million Americans, and lawmakers argue that the Chinese government's relationship with TikTok's parent company threatens data privacy and national security. As the deadline grows closer, there are lots of questions about what will happen to the app or who could buy it. Joining us now to discuss that is Frank McCourt, who's leading a group of investors to try to buy the U.S. part of TikTok. He's executive chairman of McCourt Global. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, Jeff. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. So TikTok's Chinese parent company, ByteDance, says it has no plans to sell the app, and the Chinese government, as I understand it, is unlikely to approve the sale of TikTok's U.S. business. So why do you see an opening here?
Well, we've said all along that we believe the government's case would be upheld. It was a week ago today, and we believe when push comes to shove that the app will be sold. It won't be sold, however, with the Chinese algorithm, and I think that's really the key point. China's made it clear that that's national intellectual property. They're not selling it, and we're one of the few, if not the only bidder, that is interested in buying U.S. TikTok without the algorithm. We have a full, clean, made in America stack ready to go to migrate the user base over to it. So we think there's a high likelihood that there'll be a sale. We could be wrong, and it may be shut down. But I hope it's not shut down. The user base of TikTok hopes it won't be shut down. And of course, President-elect Trump has said he doesn't want to see a ban either.
What conversations have you had with the president-elect or members of his team about this?
We're just opening up those lines of communication now. Now that the judges made their ruling and the deadline is set. And so we just want to make sure that the president-elect knows that there's an alternative here that's a real win-win. And by that I mean the Chinese government can win because they can keep their algorithm. President-elect Trump can fulfill a desire and a commitment to stop the app from being banned. The American citizens in America can be protected, and we can remove the national security threat. And of course, the user base on TikTok can continue to enjoy the platform.
Without that algorithm, that proprietary code that makes the app so effective at predicting what kinds of videos users want to see, without that special sauce, doesn't that make TikTok certainly less valuable, but also less desirable?
Yeah, that is a good point. It does make it U.S. TikTok less valuable, and yeah, the algorithm is great, but as I said to people, so is democracy, so is civil discourse, so is a information ecosystem that gets us all smarter, and so is protecting kids. So the point here is we want to move the user base of TikTok over to a new stack that is not driven by a top-down algorithm. And what I mean by that is the current tech architecture is one where we're all surveilled, our personal data is scraped and aggregated, algorithms are applied, and then we're we're manipulated, quite frankly. And this is the national security threat that's become obvious now and why Congress moves so quickly. We don't want the algorithm, nor do we need it. We think the internet should not be architected in that way, and that there should be a new upgraded internet where each of us own and control our identity, our data, our relationships, and we get to curate our own algorithm.
Another practical question about how this might work. China changed its laws back in 2020, as you well know, allowing it to block the sale of Chinese technology to an American buyer. How would you get around that? Have you had any conversations with Chinese officials in Beijing?
We've reached out for ByteDance. We'd like to have a conversation with them. But again, we're not buying the back end here. We're not interested in replicating a top-down a technology that takes advantage of American citizens. We actually would like to stop the exploitation and empower American citizens. We think this TikTok problem is a moment to turn it into an opportunity, to actually use this moment to catalyze an alternative upgraded internet, and then let people choose. They can choose an internet where they're surveilled and their data is scraped, and in exchange they get a free app, or an internet where they can be empowered, they can be in charge of themselves, reclaim their personhood, their data, and own it, control it, and actually receive value for it.
So what might a user experience in this idealized version of TikTok that you're describing?
Be a very, very similar experience in terms of what the app looks like and feels like and how it's used. But in this new version, let's call it TikTok 2.0, the user will be in charge of their data. They'll own their relationships. They'll be able to actually monetize their data. You know, before we made this bid, I took a ride out to Malibu, California, and had dinner with 20 of the biggest influencers and creators on TikTok. I wanted to know what they thought about the app and how it might be improved. And we learned from them a few things. And what we learned is that they're not thrilled with how it works because they don't understand why some of the content they put on TikTok goes viral and they become famous, and other very similar content that they put on TikTok doesn't go viral. And because it's a black box algorithm, they have no idea what is working and why. And more importantly, they don't know who their community is.
Well, this January deadline is fast approaching. Frank McCourt, thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? As you're saying, they looking to ban the shit, step closer to banning it, looking for a buyer still. They talked about Apple and Google will be also taking foot into it and all that shit, as you've seen in the news report. Told you all about it. But that was episode 150. That's about all I got for y'all today. Hope y'all had a good day. I hope y'all have a good day. You know what I'm saying? It's a Monday. I hope y'all Monday goes real constructive. Hope you get work done. I hope it don't stress you out too much because you got all week after this. On the day, it's only Monday. You feel me? So I hope your Monday was smooth. Hope everything went cool. You know what I'm saying? This was episode 150. In this episode, we went over Andre 3000. Andre 3000 was talking about his album. First, he said it wasn't going to count towards his contract because it didn't sound like neither one of his albums prior. But he learned that it is going to count. We also talked about Hey Ya, his single, Hey Ya, went diamond as of recent. We also touched on Drake having a lookalike party put on by Casuals Cakery out there in Toronto. A lookalike party. We also touched on TDE and the 11th annual Christmas concert. December 13th and the 14th, 2-day concert in Watts, California, middle of Nick's Gardens. We also touched on TikTok and its ban, and now it's coming closer to the ban. And we also touched on Wack 100, saying he got something incriminating against Top 5 and saying Drake need to stay away from him. So that was episode 150 concluding, and that's everything we went over. Hope y'all enjoyed the episode. I hope y'all enjoy all these episodes. I hope you have a good rest of the week. Hope you're having a good Monday. You know what I'm saying? This is episode 150. Thank you for watching. You feel me? You could have been doing anything you wanted to do. Could have been anywhere in the world doing whatever it is that you wanted to do in the world. But instead, you chose to click on Kons Podcast as I drop this, and you chose to sit and watch it. And I salute you as you see my emoji, homie, scrolling up the screen right now, saluting you. We both salute. You know what I mean? Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? Episode 150. I'll see y'all tomorrow for 151 for more updates, more news reports, more hip-hop news and all that shit. And more of my thoughts and commentary on each subject that we touch on. You know what I mean? Episode 150. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for watching. Enjoy these credits. Constant content.
Wait me, don't you?
Kons motherfucking podcast.
Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you?
Constant motherfucking content.
Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you?